Okay. Welcome to Kiss Your Afterburners, episode number 5, where tonight we got our super duper famous, super duper Jet fan, Miss Christa, with her gorgeous new
Hey.
haircut. We got Mr. JD, our other big super Jet fan, and we got Mr. Danda Panda returning after missing last week, fresh off his second vaccination shot. So we're all good. So
Oh,
welcome to the show.
How you feel?
How's it? Yeah, how you feeling?
Yeah, how do you feeling?
as far as getting the vaccine, it's easy peasy. The nurse was looking at me, and then she was talking about something, and she's like, "All done." So she basically gave me the shot while I wasn't paying attention. I'm doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, after the first vaccination, the next day, I was hyper running about, so no problems. I'm hoping that the second one is the same thing as well. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, you might get a little bit. I got a headache the first day, and then the next day, that's when I was feeling like the flu-like symptoms, but it was gone by the end by like 6, 7 o'clock that night. I was fine. So don't worry about it. Just give yourself a little bit early tomorrow, but by the late afternoon, night, you'll be fine. If anything, you might not get anything. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Some people got nothing. My wife got nothing, so she had nothing, which I was like, come on, But anyway, so
Yeah, how you guys doing? You guys I'm pretty sure you guys didn't miss me last week. I was lurking in the back, but you guys put on a
Aw.
good show, and I was proud of you guys. Without me, you guys rolled.
of
So
course we missed you.
Yeah, it's not the same without you.
That's right.
well, we're missing one of our other peoples today. He couldn't make it today. Sharman,
Yeah.
he's busy doing something else as well. So we'll move this show right along.
Seems like a
Exciting stuff this week. Especially with everything happening and all that stuff. So we'll go right into what's happened this week and the NFL schedule released this week,
Yes.
and a lot of things. A lot of fun games, a lot of interesting matchups, a lot of storylines. As far as I'm kind of mad the Jets didn't get a Sunday night game. I wanted them to get one,
warm up.
but they didn't get one because we stink. When you
We won
stink,
2 games last year.
when you stink,
Yeah.
you don't get a Sunday night game. But
We'll
then
get
again,
next year. We'll get them.
yeah. But anyway, let's go around and I want to give my final. I want to give the final thought on the schedule. So, Krista? Why don't you start? What do you think about the Jets schedule this year?
For me, I think it's a very interesting one. I like that week one we go against Sam Darnold right off the bat. We're gonna go
Mhm.
against my ex guy Sam Darnold and my current guy Zach Wilson. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure for Zach Wilson to do well from our fans' standpoint, simply because there's still fans in this fan base that still believe that we should have kept Sam Darnold. So I hate to put pressure on Zach Wilson, but it's very, very important for Zach Wilson to have a great game here. And the AFC East is very, very tough. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are the superior team. I don't expect to win against them, period. I really hate that the schedule is kind of trolling us a little bit. I'm going to save that for a later segment because I have so much to say about how I feel about the schedule as a whole. But I hate how we play Buffalo at the end. I feel like they always like to do that. And the AFC East, yeah, the Dolphins are a better team. I like what Brian Flores is doing with the Miami Dolphins. They're going to be a very tough team. They got a lot of Alabama players. Hate how the Patriots seem to steal my idea to draft every Alabama, every Oklahoma player in the NFL draft. I
Someone
promise I
listen to
did.
you.
I promise.
Chris,
Day.
when do you need tissues for not drafting Alabama
Oh
players
God,
this
here we
season
go.
again?
I do.
Again?
I might because simply because the Patriots are drafting all of them. If they're not drafting an Alabama player, they seem to be drafting an Oklahoma player for the first 4 rounds. So much to the point where I even tweeted, "I promise you guys, I did not sneak into the Patriots draft room because it looks like a lot like my kind of drafting that the Patriots are doing." So I hate that for us, and I hate that all the Alabama and Oklahoma players seem to go to the Patriots or the Miami Dolphins. Well, the Dolphins I expect because they have Tua. They're an improving team. I'm interested to see how the Patriots do after spending a lot of these free agents. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. But again, it's still Bill Belichick. Don't know who's starting at quarterback, whether it's Cam Newton or Mac Jones. It's going to be an interesting one. The Saints are an interesting matchup simply because Drew Brees is not there anymore. Don't know if it's going to be Taysom Hill or Jameson Winston. The Buccaneers, I don't expect us to even win that game. I'm just hoping we play competitive because they have a superstar team down there. They somehow was able to keep everyone. I don't know how they were able to do it, but they kept everyone intact. The Philadelphia Eagles, I'm hoping for a win there because I'm sick of commenters saying, you know what? Did you know the Jets never, ever won against the Philadelphia Eagles? So hopefully we're able to change that narrative.
And it's on your birthday too, right?
Yeah, but I'm saving that for my later segment because I got so much to say about this schedule.
That's going to be a long one.
Yeah, I got. And
well, the good thing, what you're saying, right? I think with the schedule, you mentioned Buffalo at the end and Tampa Bay at the end. The good thing, I think, that could help us to get a win or two there, a surprise win, is that Buffalo and Tampa Bay might have their situations locked up for the playoffs.
That's very true.
At that point.
I actually like.
Remember, there's 17 games now, so they're going to want to give Brady and some of the other guys maybe a week off before the playoffs start, even with the bye week. You know what I mean? Maybe they won't get a bye week. We don't know either.
That's very true.
So,
I actually like where a bye week is during the schedule too, because after we play the Falcons, our bye week is right there, and we traveled to London. Great. So I really actually like the bye week there. Usually I'm not a fan of early bye weeks, but I think for the Jets case, I think that bye week is absolutely perfect. And as far as the schedule as a whole, I see us winning probably 6 games right now. I'm not that overly optimistic because of the division that we're in. I know you're going to bash me and say I need to drink the Jets Kool-Aid, but before
No. I'm with you, Christa. I'm right on you. 6. That's my number 2.
I've been drinking way too much Jet Kool-Aid for the past few years. I've been bashed. I am not going to be heartbroken again until the Jets prove to me they could play competitive football for 4 straight quarters. And this is a very, very tough division. We're in AFC East. A lot of these teams got better. We're not quite there yet. I just want them to play competitive football. So for me, I see 6 wins tops.
How about you, JD? Any interesting things on the schedule for you?
Well, first of all, the 6 is kind of interesting because I've been betting on the over-under for the wins per year for the last few years. And I'm about 50%. But it's never off by more than like 1 win. It's unbelievable how these guys are. And guess what the over-under for the wins this year is?
6. Hey, and if we win 6 games, that's 4 more than we won last year. Who wins 4 more than they won the year before?
Don't you guys bet on the under? I'm a little more optimistic. I would bet the over if I were, but I'm not. I don't know. 6.5 is pretty good, I think. So I'm not sure if I'm betting this year. Because there's variables, right?
I know Dander is.
So the strength of schedule, it seems like people are putting us between 17 to 20 rank, which is obviously horrible considering that we had, one of the worst seasons in our history last year. So, but again, you're right. With the East schedule, you can't really have a really easy schedule for us because these teams, the whole league is never bad. The whole division is never bad for us, right? I mean, Buffalo's improved. The Patriots, who knows if they're going to improve much or not, but, they might still be better than us. So we got, a couple of teams right there that we played twice each. So how are we going to get away from that, right? But I love the game with the Panthers first game. I love it. I mean, if we're not going to win a ring, I love the drama. It's got to be something. And watching that game, I hope Sam starts. And I hope, it's like a shootout, basically. It'll be a great start to the season. Obviously, I hope we win. But if we have like a nice, high scoring, close game, that would be an amazing start to it. I think that will add a lot of positivity to the season as well. Everybody would be so psyched to watch, even if we lose. For 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. And, it's just everything just is lighting it up. I would love to watch that. The Patriots again, no, but the Broncos, I mean, I think that's a winnable game. So we got like
Yeah.
Titans. I don't know. That's a tough game. I don't know about that one. Same
You
thing.
guys are sleeping on Carolina and you're sleeping on Denver. Denver's a really good team.
Well, we're gonna win some games, though, right? We can't just give it up because they got a good team. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Bengals. I mean, we'll see how help their quarterback. Mm-hmm. If he's good, I mean, they're gonna be pretty good also. But again, optimistically, I like to give us that game. The Bills. I mean, usually I would love to go 1-1 with the Bills, but this year I don't have a good feeling about that just because the Bills are more solid. You know what I mean? Their team is more solid. It's not like they got a lot better, but their team is more together. I mean, they did well last year. It's solidified. This is how playoff teams get to the Super Bowl, right? They out of nowhere get to the playoffs. They solidify the whole team, and then they get to the big game. The Jets are nowhere near that level because, again, our team has so many moving parts right now. So I hate to say it, but I think we're not taking the Bills in any game this year. The Colts, again, kind of a toss-up. But, since I went with the other 3 wins for the other 3 teams, I'm going to say we're going to, maybe not get it there. So we're still on 3 wins. Dolphins, I definitely take one of those games. I don't think Dolphins are going to be great or even good. I think they're going to be pretty competent, but I'm not going to just give them both games. I mean, I may barely give them one, but I know how hard it is to sweep against these guys. So I'm just going to give them one. That's 4 wins right there. So between the Texans and Eagles, I know you were talking about the Eagles before, that drama there. So maybe this is the year. I don't know. So between the Texans and Eagles, I'm going to get one there. Okay, one of them. We don't know which one yet. I don't know. I mean, I think they're still much more solid than the Jets. I think we have to be really lucky, or we have some shenanigans with the refs or whatever to get that game. Jaguars, we should beat them. Honestly, not to think they didn't get much better, but I think we should beat them. I think they're still getting their team together. New coach, so that's 6 right there. And then the Bucks, we're not beating them. This is not happening. I mean, it doesn't really matter what that is. They're just too solid up and down, no weaknesses. So between the last Dolphins and Bills game, basically, that's the 6.5 right there, right? I mean, if we can steal one game between the Dolphins and the Bills again, then we got 7. If not, we got 6. So I like to say 7.
I mean, the late Dolphin game, maybe. You know why? Because Tua, I don't know what Tua is yet. Right. He hasn't impressed me that much that I'm like totally sold on him. Right. But he didn't play that horrible last year either. So he's kind of right there. So, but Miami as a whole are better than us. But Tua is going to be that, the pivotal point in that game. The Colts. Listen, if Wentz is healthy, he's going to go back to what he was a couple of years ago. A very good quarterback.
I think it depends on the situation there, though, with the offense, the scheme, the protection, all that. I think I'm like 50-50 on him because I've known some Philadelphia fans and people follow them closely, and they're just like, Wentz, just like, he just dropped the ball. It's not like he was put in a bad situation. They said he dropped the ball.
Well, last year, I'll say this. Last year, he did play horrible. I'm not saying he played good at all. What happened last year was his offensive line everybody was hurt. The only one that didn't get hurt last year was the center, right? That's number 1. Number 2, him and the head coach, for whatever reason, they weren't talking from like week 2 on. Right. They were not communicating.
We don't know whose fault that was.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it was Wentz, and I think it started when they drafted Hurts. Year before. I think that kind of got the ball rolling. So to me, it was. I think. I think you know what, he's going to go to the Colts. If he's healthy, they'll be fine because number 1, it's an offense that he knows, right? Frank Reich was his OC from the Super Bowl year when he had that amazing year until he got hurt. That's the big thing with him. So I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to fit in fine. He knows he's the guy there. There's nobody waiting behind him. They didn't draft a quarterback in the 1st or 2nd round and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think. So I think the Colts are definitely going to be a good team, without a doubt. They've built a good team. I'm not saying they're not beatable. That's the other thing. I'm not saying, we can't beat them. We could beat any team, I think. But Miami, too. Miami, it's up to Tua. They got a good team. I think it's because who's their backup now? Oh, it's Oh, what's his name?
Insert left bench.
What? It's what's his name? The backup that was with the Colts for a while.
Jacoby Brissett. Now I remember.
Yes, they signed him. So he's okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's why I think the Miami games, like you said, if we could steal one of them, I think that's pretty good. Jacksonville, we should be able to beat Jacksonville. And the late games, like I said, Tampa and Buffalo might have the games. They might need that week off before the playoffs start. They might not have the bye week. I don't know. So that might be a week that they rest their guys.
The Colts look like they lost this one. They just have Ethan, Morton, and Wentz now, and Ellinger.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No more Brissett. I don't know where I thought he was traded or something.
Brissett went to Miami.
Yeah, he got signed to Miami for a year, I believe.
Yeah, the Colts, I don't think have anybody really.
So Chris,
your
overall expectation for the Jets is how many wins this year?
Just looking at it, I'm gonna, man. If the over and under is 6.5, like JD is saying, I'll say I'm gonna go under, and I'm gonna go 5 or 6 wins. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying they're gonna stink. If they're big thing for me, they have to be competitive all year.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Last year, how many games were we competitive in? We could count them probably on 2 fingers, maybe.
Oh, man.
That was it. Other than that, we weren't.
Man.
If we're competitive in every game, I'll be happy. Right? Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, a lot of young players. Listen, baby steps this year. That's all this is about. Progress. That's all we got to see. So if we win 5 or 6 games and we're in every game, like perfect example, last year, Giants, right? They won 5 or 6 games, but they were in every single game.
Yes.
Right? They didn't get blown out. They should have beat Tampa Bay of all teams. They had them. They got, I think it was a bad call at the end. So if we do something like that where, we win 5 games, 6 games, but if we're competitive and we're in every single game, and maybe Wilson throws a late pick to lose the game. But as long as we see progression from him and the team coming together, then we're going to be set up next year. Again, we're going to have the cap space. Again, we're going to have the extra picks. And we're also going to have maybe a 4th place schedule or a 3rd place schedule at best. So I think 5 or 6 games, I'm happy. As long as they're competitive throughout the year. Yeah, of course they're going to get beat bad here and there by, maybe Tampa Bay. If they're starting everybody, maybe they do, beat us by 15, 20 points, But that's all I'm hoping for. I'm not expecting playoffs. I'm not expecting 8 or 9 wins. 6 wins would be great. 7 wins, like you said. We do. We have a shot at 7, but I'm gonna go under. I'll go a little bit under what you're saying. So I'll go 6 or 5. Now I know Panda has he's got more wins in this schedule than we do. So let's hear it.
So I agree with a lot of your guys' thought points and reality of the Jets, but I'm betting the over on this. I'm betting the over, and I'm also gonna bet that the Jets will make the playoffs this year. Because you can't get any worse than what we saw last year.
Oh, man.
Right?
Playoffs.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
He has to say it. He has to say it, right? Someone.
Oh, man.
Come on. Come on.
No, I don't see a reason why to be doom and gloom. 5 wins, 6 wins.
But that's not doom and gloom.
No, that's not what we're trying to say.
It's a rookie. We got a rookie head coach, a rookie quarterback. How many young kids on this team are in their 1st or 2nd year?
It's tough. AFC East is no joke either.
Think about it. Miami, what was it 2 years ago, right? When we thought everybody thought 2 years ago when Flores first took over, we thought they're going to win games, right? Everybody was like, they're going to win 2 games. And how many games did they win? They ended up winning like 5, 6 games. And they were
but hold on.
a tough game.
How many legit playoff teams are we playing this year?
I don't know. Let's look. Okay, starting with Carolina.
Did they make the playoffs last year? No.
No. Listen, if Sam plays well this year, they could be a playoff team. But all right, but let's say they're not. Patriots.
Did they make the playoffs last year?
No.
No. Okay, continue.
I don't care what they did last. I worry about now. We're not playing them last year. We're playing them this year, right? I'm not saying they're definitely going to make the playoffs either, but they should be better than last year.
Yeah. The Patriots have a broken down Cam and a rookie quarterback.
Okay. Denver. Yes, they did not make the playoffs, but guess what? They are an extremely talented team.
Yeah.
Extremely. Tennessee, playoff team.
Okay, 1.
Okay. Atlanta, not a playoff team, but that is not going to be an easy game.
Not in London, especially.
It's a London game.
That offense is going to score like 40 points a game.
Okay. Continue.
Right.
Next.
Patriots again.
Okay.
Bengals, yes, not a playoff team.
Okay.
But they're going to be much better, obviously. Colts, playoff team. Very
New
good
quarterback.
Okay. Still, playoff team. Buffalo, playoff team. Miami missed the playoffs by a game.
They're basically playing Tua.
Okay.
Right? Who looked not great last year. Continue.
Oh man.
A little bit tough on a guy who had a winning record as a starter, but okay.
See, I see 2 teams, the Bills and the Titans so far, that could whip our asses.
Okay.
Like, literally, they punch in the face. So keep going.
Okay, so the Miami game. Okay, Houston. That should be a win, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Houston should be a win.
Right, assuming Tyrod Taylor plays because Deshaun Watson's in legal trouble.
Watson is not going to be on that team. Don't worry about it.
Okay, whatever. Wherever he gets traded.
Right, whatever. Philly, they should beat Philly.
Yes. Okay, so it's still 2.
Okay, Saints.
No quarterback. Or somewhat of a quarterback.
It's still a playoff team. Miami again, and then Jacksonville. That's a game we got to win.
Yeah, we're playing the bust. So
right.
We should win that.
The bust.
I was waiting for that.
And the last 2 are playoff games, right?
Right. And look, we might win the last game because Buffalo might clinch the division already.
Right. It's possible.
So there's right. So we could win that game and we could sneak our behinds into the playoffs, into the 7th spot.
The Bills wouldn't let us do that if that was the case either. If they knew that we could sneak a butt in, the Bills would go full force and be like, nope.
If it's a meaningless game, they'll let us win. It has to be
yeah.
But it's still they're going to be like a top 2 seed anyway. They're not going to care because the Jets will get the playoffs in the 7th seed and they get whacked by who's playing. Whoever's in, who's the other one playing us. But still, I have hope. You can't get any worse than watching Frank Gore run up the middle for -2 yards.
We don't talk about that here. No.
Yeah, no, that's over. Don't worry.
You did not just bring the ghost of Frank Gore and Adam Gase back into this chat. I tried to erase that off my memory, but nope. Here we go. I think my grass just grew a little bit longer since you just said that.
I'm telling you guys.
No,
let's be optimistic. If we believe in the I guess the power, the funk that Salah is bringing to our team, they will play for him. They will run through a brick wall.
I'm not saying they're not. It's just that we're just not ready yet. With a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach, yes, they're gonna play for him. I'm not doubting that.
When did we have a rookie? Wait, hold on. Last time we had a rookie quarterback, and last time we had a rookie head coach, where were we? AFC playoffs, AFC championship game.
Okay.
Right? 2009.
A veteran team, though.
Yeah, they had a much more solid base.
The roster was.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you get a rookie quarterback in, and you have a solid base team with defense and the support. The rookie quarterback doesn't matter as much.
What? What?
You're drinking the Kool-Aid. Give it 1 year. That's it. I'm just saying 1 year.
No, I'd rather drink Kool-Aid than drink Adam Gase Tang.
Oh, no, not Adam Gase again. Oh, no. Oh
Right?
man.
Do you want? No, hold on. You want me
This is
to?
basically year one of a rebuild with
Mhm.
the new head coach. We're starting
Hey.
over.
No, I'm just drinking the
Forget
Kool-Aid.
about
You want
what
me?
we did.
No. You want me to go upper level and start drinking Capri Sun and say I'm going to win the division? I'm not saying that.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
You're gonna win. You're
I'm
saying
not saying
playoffs,
that.
right? Are you saying playoffs?
Yes, I'm saying playoffs.
Oh man.
Come on.
We can win 9 games and sneak in. We can win 9 games and sneak in.
Right. Look.
I mean, injuries could happen, but I just can't
Right.
drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not there yet. I mean, injuries
Right.
can happen anywhere. It can happen with us. Can happen
I
with
just-
any
can we
team. I
see-
just can't.
Can we see Wilson play in a playoff in an exhibition
Preseason
game first?
I know.
At least that. I want to see how he's going to do. Because here's the other thing: what if he gets hurt? God forbid he gets hurt, right?
Oh,
Twist an ankle.
no.
Whoa!
Don't do that. Don't
I'm
do
just saying
that.
we got nobody behind him.
James Morgan. We have
Right,
Captain
James
Morgan.
Come on.
Gonna save the day.
Anybody
Captain
can get
Morgan.
hurt, right? The whole Patriots team can get hurt. Yeah, come on.
Right. We can't. It's just there's too many, like Sharman would say, there's too many variables to give them 9 wins this year.
But that's the fun of the preseason, right? We can
Exactly.
Well, remember,
wide open.
remember, San Francisco was 2-14 the year before. The next year, they're in the Super Bowl.
Right.
It can happen. Right.
Okay.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid because I've been drinking sour juice with that the guy who we should not name.
Thank you.
Last year.
Thank you.
Right. So I'm optimistic. I'm not saying we're going 19-0. I'm saying we're going to win at least 9 games.
At least 9 games.
At least.
Oh, man.
There's a chance we're gonna win 10.
Oh man.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what?
Here we go.
On my last thought on this. You guys could bash me all I want.
I'm not bashing you.
Why
I
not?
just think you're crazy. That's all.
No.
I've never bashed anybody.
I'm going to silence everybody.
Okay.
I believe the Jets can make the playoffs because of one thing and one thing only. The New York Knicks made the playoffs. The New York Knicks, the trash team of New York, made the playoffs. So I think with that rationale, the Jets could also make the playoffs this year. It would be Christmas for me this year.
It's not impossible. It's not.
Right? It's not impossible.
No, you're right. It's
Okay.
not. It's definitely not impossible.
Yeah.
I
can see it.
Yeah. I just think listen, I'm just trying to be realistic and looking at the roster and looking at you know what? We actually got a pretty good roster right now, but you know what?
Yeah.
They haven't played together yet. A lot of these kids have not played with the roster with the guys we have. So it's going to take you could gel together. You know what I mean?
You could say that we could go 5 and whatever, 5 and 12,
right?
6 and 11.
I can see that with ease.
Right? But then, why cut? Why cut the optimism or something? The emotional, the emotional attachment. You're gonna be watching games without any joy. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, they're expected to go 5 wins. Oh, if they go,
that's not my mentality. Every time I watch a Jet game, every time I go there, I hope we win. And
Okay,
how
many games did you guys think we were going to win last year?
7.
0.
Okay, 1, 2.
Oh,
that was 1, 2 was amazing.
No, hold on. I thought that at the beginning of the year we would win 7 games because we won 7 games before.
I get that rationale because they
Right?
played hard and then Adam Gase came, and I get that.
Yeah.
Right? But now,
I didn't think we would, because when you go back to the year before and you look at who we beat, right? Okay, yeah, people are like, oh, well, we beat Pittsburgh. Yeah, we beat Pittsburgh against a 3rd-string quarterback.
That's very true, too. That is very
go
true.
back to the games that we won. The only game that we won that was impressive was against Dallas.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even that impressive because we did crap in the whole second half of that game.
Because our quarterback was crap.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right. We learned that, unfortunately. It took us 3 years to realize that, but
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I'm the only one, happy
I'm
about the Jets
optimistic
season.
too.
Huh?
I'm optimistic too. We won 2 games last year. If we win 6, that's a 4-game increase. Who else is going to increase by 4 games? Right?
You give them an extra game just because we have an extra game. That's like a little tiebreaker there. You should just add on a win for all your totals just because of
that. But that's why the over and under is 6.5 and not 5.5, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, the Jets might win 10 games this year?
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Come on.
Anyway,
Back
as much
to
as
Earth. Come back.
yeah,
to
back to Earth. Yeah.
Come on.
Watch after the Jets come back from London, they have like a 3-1 record, right?
Mm-hmm.
3-1 record, right? I want you guys to come back on this show and tell me that Panda was right. Watch.
I will. I will tweet you. You were right if we go 3-1 before the Falcons game. Because I see 2-2 at best at that point. What
at
I
best,
see.
that's
That's at best, but
yeah.
that's overly optimistic.
I'm telling you, you guys are number one. All right, number one here. Let's go back. Denver for a second. Denver is really good, and you're saying, well, it might be Drew Lock quarterbacking, might be Teddy Bridgewater, and here's the other thing: it might even be Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
if it's Aaron Rodgers, that's a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
with a decent quarterback, they're a playoff team.
No, but as of right now, at this moment,
it's either Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater's not bad on that team.
They have a lot of weapons to work with too.
But Teddy Bridgewater had weapons in Carolina too, and he sucked. So bring that rationale to Denver?
No, they lost McCaffrey the whole year, basically. That's a huge part of their offense.
No, but they had 3 legit wide receivers in DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Curtis Samuel.
Okay. He had a pretty good year. Their defense didn't do anything bad or good. You don't count their defense?
Yeah, no one plays defense anyway.
Right. No. Well, guess what? Denver plays defense. They got a good defense.
Anyway. Yeah. Let's keep our optimism or pessimism down. And I want to talk about the next subject. Is the Jets going to London this year? Who's a fan of this? Raise them hands.
I'll say this. The reason why I like London games is that they start early in the morning, and I love watching English soccer in the morning. So I get up early anyway on a Sunday morning to watch that. So this is great. I could go from 9 o'clock in the morning, football game, 1 o'clock football game, 4 o'clock football game, and then 8 o'clock. So it's great. I like it. I don't think the players like it, and a lot of people don't because it's on too early. People on the West Coast probably hate it. They got to get up at 6, right, to watch a 9 o'clock game for us. And people are in Hawaii, it's worse.
They ain't getting up at 6.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it sucks for West Coast people, but I don't mind it at all. And I think eventually, if they figure out some kind of a schedule, we might see a team there. It might be a London Jaguars eventually, So.
Well, I usually work from like 1 p.m. So, about that. So it's going to be recording anyway. So, I'm not really a morning person besides unless I'm actually, working and I have to get up.
Right.
1 o'clock, 4 o'clock is usually perfect for me. But it's not just about that. It's just about, I know all this about like getting the game outside the country, getting more fans and all that. But
yeah, that's what it's for.
Talk about it being like the great American game and this now what? Like, that's the thing. We're trying to get like foreign countries in and then what? Like, the people in London's going to be watching, every Sunday now because they like it. It's just, I think the whole premise that it's silly. I'm sure the players hate it. I just don't think overall it's worth it to go through all this trouble and the additional cost. Who's paying for this? Also, that can't be cheap for a whole NFL team to go in, overseas to go play games. So,
I guess the league or the team pays for it. I don't know.
Money's got to come from somewhere, right? It's not
right.
Just money.
Yeah.
We know like everybody's hurting right now, so it's like this is your solution to bring more revenue to the NFL. I don't think so. I don't think the English are going to be all of a sudden buying jerseys from the Jets. I mean, come on, I mean, they have soccer to follow there. They got plenty of rugby, like they got plenty of other sports, like tennis, all that. I mean, they got other stuff there. It's not like American football is gonna be like, oh, I gotta get me some of that. That's.
Well, you know what? If Danda I'm going to say this: if Danda is correct that Lawrence is going to be a bust, okay, and they crap out again, and he stinks, and the team stinks, and Urban Meyer gets fired after year 2 or 3, Jacksonville might end up going to London because they don't have fans in Jacksonville, right?
Oh man,
That's the reason why we've been hearing about. And the owner, the Khan, right? He owns a football team also in London, so he would love to get the team over there permanently.
When you need to build a swimming pool in a football stadium to attract fans, that's a problem.
Well, look what the Raiders did. They built a nightclub in their stadium.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the end zone, I think there's a nightclub now. Did you guys hear about that? Whatever. But right, you're right. Jacksonville's got no fans.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If I'm telling you, if Trevor Lawrence does bust out like you're saying he is, okay, we'll give you credit because you're the only person in the world saying that. But if he does, they might end up moving because who's going to want to go to? Nobody goes to a Jacksonville game. This is going to save them. Trevor Lawrence could save that franchise from moving to London.
We're going to give him a couple of years. I mean, can't do 1 year and say he's a bust, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it'll be
So we got a ways to go for that conversation.
Yeah, he'd have to be like really bad his first year, and I can't see him being that bad.
No, what I'm saying is this: the hype on Trevor Lawrence is so high that if he's just average, like if he isn't like an Andy Dalton type, right? That's a bust in my eyes. Because this guy.
See, you're changing shit now.
No.
Wait.
Oh man.
No. Don't stop backtracking. Don't do that.
Okay, fine.
No. Don't try that.
No.
A bust is a bust. We know what a bust is.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf. Yeah.
Andy Dalton, right? Exactly. That's a bust.
Okay.
Marcus Russell.
Right.
Oh man,
yeah.
Ryan Leaf, yeah.
Right, guys that didn't make it after the first.
Fine. Let's not go Andy Dalton, but let's do like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? Never made the playoffs.
He's actually doing pretty well for himself.
Right, he's lasted 15 years in the league.
No,
Yeah, he lasted a lot longer than a lot.
No,
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Look. What I'm saying is all the hype and all the generational
saying.
talk, right?
I get what you're saying.
That means that, like, perennially he should be in the playoffs or trying to go for the Super Bowl, right? But if he is mediocre, right? Technically, that's a bust. If they didn't have all this hoopla with him, then,
right, the number 1 overall. I see what you're saying. You're expecting, right? I got you. You're expecting him to be elite. Top 10 quarterback, right? Okay.
Right. And if he's not, and it's just like Kirk Cousins, then he's a bust.
Kirk Cousins.
No. Kirk Cousins has been around a while. You can't really.
Talk about the NFL.
Yeah. No, that's not a bust.
League. I mean, there are a lot of good quarterbacks out there. To say he's top 10, I mean, that's just amazing. And
right.
To call someone like a great potential before he plays a game, I would say if you're a regular NFL starter, that means you're a success. I don't care how you were visualized out of college. If you're a regular NFL starter, without any controversy, without the fans calling for your head, and you're playing every game and you're doing your job, and no one's saying, "Oh, we need to replace this quarterback." I don't think that's a bust at all.
So right? Well, was Sanchez a bust?
To me, Sanchez
he wasn't good.
Bust.
He wasn't good. He's a bust.
I think Sanchez was a bust. His stats and the defense that supported him for those 2 games,
right.
He did the bare minimum. He did the absolute bare minimum. I think more than half the quarterbacks could have done what he would have done with that team.
Right.
I think that was definitely the team.
I agree.
And then after, what did he do? After that, what did he do?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. To me,
and he was put on a couple of decent teams that he could have done something with, like Philly.
Yep. Yeah. No,
that was a pretty good offense.
Right.
Okay, here we go. If Trevor Lawrence I don't know how we digress to this topic. If Trevor Lawrence becomes
Oh,
like
man.
kind of a niche,
Lawrence.
yeah.
Oh.
We're supposed to be talking about Jets going to London, and we're talking about Trevor Lawrence being a bust. But
Oh,
if Trevor Lawrence,
But he's
if,
not.
if Trevor Lawrence does the Mitch Trubisky way, but he's a bust, right?
Yeah, of course, that's a bust.
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky made the playoffs, but he's still considered a bust, right?
Well, Mitch, I think he can give him a chance still. I wouldn't call him a bust yet. You know, I mean, he's still playing, right? So
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the Buffalo Bills backup now.
Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
backup.
well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to call him a bust yet. You know, it's not like he's retired. You know.
Okay,
He might have a second. You know, he might have a second act, as they say, right?
Possible.
Let's move on to let's take a U-turn. Enough of the bus talk, and let's talk about the whole London aspect of game. I mean, the Jets have been. This is our second time going to London. I mean, for me, I'm indifferent about it. Doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be at the game. Because no people. I guess people who are going to be at the game are going to get the game. I'm going to be watching it on my TV, just indifferent. Just the setting is different, and I hope we kick ass against the Falcons. We win, because to keep my my playoff hopes alive, we have to win in London.
Yeah, we have to.
Be 1-3 after that game.
Huh?
If we win, we might be 1-3, right? It's our fourth game.
15.
No,
Fifth game. Oh, so we might be 1-4 then.
no, we will be 4-1.
4-1.
Man.
So 4-1 going into the bye week. Okay.
Hey,
I'll celebrate. I'll celebrate. Not accent.
Yes.
Okay.
I will
do
give
my happy
Danda
dance.
100% the credit for saying
Yeah.
that. I will never. That's one thing. If you're right, you're right. But when you're wrong, just letting you know, we're gonna let you know too if you're wrong.
Roasting.
Don't worry. I will eat crow. I will get the punching bag and let you guys punch me for being dumb. But it is what it is.
Just real quick to go back to, I just looked it up. Mitchell Trubisky for his career is 29-21. That's really not bad, right?
He wasn't the number one pick. He wasn't the number one overall pick.
No.
So, seriously, really expecting him to be a Hall of Famer? I mean,
right. I think if you put him on, I think I don't know. He's kind of. I think if he gets into a good situation, he could be a good. He might be able to be a good quarterback.
This is my point with him. I think he's better than Geno Smith, of course. I don't know why.
He's squeaking by Geno.
I think he's better than Mark Sanchez, Mitch Trubisky, honestly. I think Mitch is very similar to Sam Darnold. I think they're in a very
I kind of see that.
Yeah.
So I think if they're put in the right situation, they're a very competent quarterback. So I'm from all my comments in the group, I've never been hating on Sam. I'm just being honest. I'm just saying he's not the kind of guy who's going to carry a team on his back.
Right.
Yeah.
We needed that. We kind of need a leader to take this young team and lead
right.
it. And I think Mitch the same way. I don't think Mitch is someone who can carry a team on his back, but he's a very competent quarterback. He doesn't have a lot of 10s and 9s in his game, but he has a bunch of 7s and 8s. So if he's put in with a coach that knows what he's doing and uses him correctly, I mean, he can lead a playoff team to the playoffs if the rest of the team is good. I don't know if it's going to win a championship.
Right.
He can definitely lead teams into the playoffs. I mean, you can't call that a bust,
Not yet. We'll see. No, you know what? We'll see how good he is this year. We really will. Because he's got the weapons. He's in a good offense. I mean, it's all there for him. So he's got no excuse. He can't say, not that he said anything, but we can't hear the fans say, "Oh, well, if he had a better coach or if they had better weapons." We hear this all the time. A better offensive line. He's got all of that now. He's got all of that.
Yep.
Now let's see what he could do.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to our next topic is Jets rookie numbers released. I'm sure you guys all know that Zach Wilson will be ranked number 2.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the 2 looks better than the 1.
Me too.
Our jerseys. I hate the one. Ugh. Like Mims. I don't like Mims's look with the 11.
Yeah,
Right.
it looks like our
Yeah,
you know,
the numbers are kind of funky looking.
yeah, they are. Also, Elijah Vera Tucker is going to wear 75, and wide receiver Elijah Moore is going to be wearing 8.
So what's all right? Here's the question: what jersey is Dan DePanda going to be wearing week 1? That's what I want to know.
I do too.
I haven't decided this year.
What color?
He's going to get a number 2, I think.
That's what
Come on,
I'm thinking.
No,
You've been
I'm gonna
on
get a jersey this year.
you've been on Zach for a while,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Fighting for him, right?
Yeah. I wanted to get a Denzel Mims jersey, but they didn't have the stuffed black one out last year.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking of waiting to see who we drafted this year, but I might get a custom this year. Get my own, stuffed black jersey
You mean a
with
number?
Panda written.
Roster?
Huh?
Like a number?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my own name and my own number.
Oh.
And what's your own number, Danda?
Yeah, what's your number?
Yeah, what's your number?
The year the Jets won the Super Bowl last time.
69?
69.
Wow. All right.
It's taken, man. You can't take that. Connor McDermott has it. That's not right, man. You gotta take his number.
Well, the way he's playing, he might not get that number anytime soon.
Not right, man. That's a low blow.
I'm sorry, we're giving it to Dan DePanda this year.
Dan,
I can do a better job blocking than our backups from last year.
Maybe you could. I don't know. That's possible.
I mean, I'm not questioning that.
Well, hey, Danda was a tight end in high school, so you never know.
That's many eons ago. Just running up and playing backup to backup, and then eventually in my senior year, getting some action. That's pretty much it. But
Nice.
Aww.
Good for you.
So yeah, good for me. Yeah. The other rookies haven't been released, so I'm sure they're going to get released by the start of OTAs. I think, right?
What did Carter have in high school? Do you remember the running back?
I thought he had like 34 or something. That someone said he's gonna wear something. I'm not 100% sure. Was it 34 or maybe I misread that?
I think Carter's going with 32. That's what I
could be one of the. It could be 32. I'm thinking one of the 30s. I don't know why I have 34 in my mind, but I definitely thought I saw one of the 30s.
I mean, how are they going? Well,
I got a little beef with the numbers, and like this is kind of old school because I kind of grew up during the Ken O'Brien and Al Toon and Wesley Walker days, and I don't know why it's been all around now, but I like the wide receiver numbers to stay between like 80 and 89. That's just me.
Me too.
Numbers like 10, 8, I'm like, what is that? Why is it so random? And like we still have like 88 available and maybe one number available, and it's like, yeah, I don't get that. I thought it was supposed to be in the same area of the number scale.
I think it's the aspect of giving the players the more freedom to choose their own numbers and stuff like that, giving more rather than you pick a number from here to here and that's your number.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've been fighting for this, and I think also too the teams, like some of these teams have a lot of guys retired. Like Dallas has a lot of numbers retired, and Pittsburgh, the good teams. So they're kind of running out of teams. Running out of what?
We're talking about the Jets here.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying them.
I think we have 3, right?
12.
Namath, Maynard, Bird, and Pleco.
Corbett had a night, but he didn't get his number retired, right?
No,
no. Wait.
They have that Ring of Honor.
There's a difference between Ring of Honor and getting your jersey retired. I think there's only 3. or 4?
Namath, Maynard, Martin, and Klepko.
Yeah. So no
right.
Dennis
Oh,
Bird?
right. Did Dennis Bird get his number retired? Hold on. I'll find out.
Hold on.
I thought he did.
Dennis Bird did. Sorry. Yeah, Dennis Bird was the last one. So
Yeah.
Namath, Maynard, Martin, Klepko, and Bird.
Okay.
Right. And I guess Mawai is going to be retired soon, right? Because he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't think they're going to get his number retired, though.
No?
No. What did he play for us? How many years?
He played
7.
center.
I know, but how many years? 7, 8, maybe?
Oh, let me look up that now. Right now.
The Steelers only.
Oh, Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin's number is retired, too.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
The Steelers only have 2 retired numbers. That doesn't sound right. They just have Stautner and Joe Green. How is that possible? They had so many great teams.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Some teams just don't do it, you know? Some teams
That
don't
might be
believe
it.
in retiring numbers.
Wow. I mean, they have less than the Jets.
That is for them, that is very strange.
Yeah, it's the Steelers.
Yeah.
Broncos only have 3 too. Elway, Trapuka, and Floyd Little. Wow, that's surprising. The Bears have like 15.
Mawai played for us for 8 years.
8 years. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to get his number retired.
You know, lineman is really tough, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I think you got to be really special, you know, like be on the team. Like if he was here his whole career, yeah, obviously without a
Yeah.
doubt. But 8
Well,
years,
well, then again, we didn't retire Winston Hill's number either, and he was a long-time Jet too. So I guess you.
and he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good question. Who do you think has the best chance of getting a number retired for the Jets right now? I don't think anybody.
On the current team?
In recent, on the current team is hard because, you know.
At the
moment, nobody. No.
does the island get retired?
That's a good one there. That might happen.
Yeah.
Because he's going to the Hall of Fame, right? So, I mean, for me, I would love for a Corbett to get it, but he won't because he's my favorite player.
No way.
Like Wesley Walker, that would be one of my guys. Gastineau, I thought, had a shot.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Gastineau would be the closest.
Yeah.
Just because of the impact, you know, it's not just how many years he did well, but his impact. He was an impactful player for, you know, a few years. He was one of the best players in the NFL, you know, so.
Right.
I know the NFL.
The sack dance. The sack dance.
Years, you know.
Definitely.
It's interesting time. So let's move on to our next topic. And our next topic is
Yes, I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward all night to this.
now Panda's Punt is a segment that we like to call where there is this inevitable circumstance in the NFL that I personally don't agree with, and I want to take my anger out on it. And this week's edition has to do with Tim Tebow signing with the Jaguars. Or whatever, signing or whatever. Team Tebow needs to get out of the NFL, period. Because now I have nothing against people having second chances. I have nothing against people making a living, you know, making a earnest paycheck for what they do. But Tim Tebow has to be the biggest form of the D word I've ever seen. Because not only Tim Tebow did you had your first go around in the NFL, you left football, went into baseball, didn't make it there either, and comes back to football because my former Florida coach is now coaching the Jacksonville Jaguars team. So let me just hitch on and try to get a roster spot and play tight end, which no, I'm a quarterback. But all the years that he was, I'm a quarterback. I'm not moving to another position. I'm a quarterback. And now he wants to play tight end.
Probably a better tight end.
Well, you know what? The Jets play him, and I hope they put him on his behind and butt so that he just retires after this year. You know, and yes, I've seen people make this issue about being a racial thing. Why is Tim Tebow getting a job but not Colin Kaepernick?
Oh, God, no. God, no.
And the only thing I have to say to that is,
can I?
It's just personal favors.
That's all.
That's why.
No. Let's. All right. Hold on. Big difference. Colin Kaepernick, was it last year or 2 years ago? They gave him a tryout. If I'm not mistaken, they had the whole tryout set up where all the teams were going to be there to watch him. And what does he do? About an hour or a half hour before he was supposed to be there, he calls him up and says, "Oh, by the way, I'm not coming. I'm going to be somewhere else. So if you want to see me, come to this location."
Yeah.
No, he had his shot. What if you had an interview with a job, right? They're like, "Danda, we love you. Come in. We want to talk to you for an interview. We're going to have all the bosses here. They want to talk to you." "Oh, great. What time?" 9:00 at so-and-so place. Okay. An hour before you're supposed to be there, you call them up and say, "Guys, I'm not going to be at the interview. I'm going to be over here. So if you want to talk to me, I'll be over here." What's the chances of you getting that job? Zero. Right. And that's what he did, basically.
So what I'm saying is,
so Kaepernick, he's done now. Done.
Right. Yeah, I know that. But there are people online that are saying it is injustice that Tebow's getting a job in Colin Kaepernick. I don't think so.
That's done. That's over. Kaepernick is done. And Tebow, let's think about with Tebow, right? He came to us, right? We didn't know what to do with him. He wasn't good enough. Got rid of him, right?
Right.
Philadelphia tried him out. A couple of exhibition games, crapped out there. Then the Patriots signed him. I thought if the Patriots signed him, they're going to turn him into something. They got rid of him after like a week. So you know what? At that point in his career, right, he had two choices. He could have said, "Okay, you know what? I'm not going to be a quarterback, so let me go and become a tight end like he is trying to do now," right?
Right.
Or he could have went the CFL route, right? He could have went into the CFL and played his butt off up there, showed off, whatever, and then an NFL team would have been like, "Okay, you know what? This guy looks pretty good. He learned how to play quarterback. Let's bring him back, whatever." Doug Flutie did that. He became a legend up there, came back down like 9 years later, and he played, right? He got onto teams. Warren Moon didn't even make an NFL team, went up to the CFL, balled out, came down, and became a Hall of Famer, right? So it's possible. It could happen. He didn't do that. So what does he do? He gets into TV, ESPN. Perfect for him, right? Good-looking dude. He speaks. He's a good speaker. He's smart. People know him. That's a great spot for him. So what does he do then? Hey, you know what? I want to play baseball. I'm gonna try to play baseball now.
Nebo.
And what idiot team picks him up just to sell jerseys? That's all he is. He's a gimmick. The Mets pick him up to sell tickets in Double-A or Single-A, whatever the hell he played, to just sell tickets and to sell some jerseys. That's all he is. He's a gimmick. And you know what? That's what Jacksonville's doing. You're picking him up. You know what? Yeah. Urban, it helps, like you said, having your old coach there. That's his old mentor as well. They're very close with each other. So, yeah, he gave him a shot. And you know what? He did enough to get him on, a chance to play in during camp and maybe win a job.
Now, if I may, I want to put a little positive spin after all this, roasting on Tim. I want to put a little positive spin on Tim now. I want this to be clear that I'm not a big team a fan of his because Florida, I'm more of a Alabama and like Michigan kind of fan. So Florida.
Yeah, roll Tide.
Go blue.
But like Florida and Florida State, all these are not really like right. So I just want to make that clear. I'm not a Tim Tebow fan, but I'm coming from a place of the kind of human being and the kind of sports lover you are. Okay, so if I were in his position, and I love sports, and I love playing basketball and football and baseball and tennis and golf and everything, right? And I understand that you may not be the best or even the middle of the road person who's trying out for that team. But if a professional team is willing, forget about the reason. I don't care what the reason is that the team's giving me a shot. I don't care. If I have a chance to play, I'm going to go play. If I'm healthy and I can run and I have the power, I'm going to go play, you know? So if I got the chance, and the worst thing I'm doing, and this is the biggest argument, that he's taking a spot from the bottom of the ladder player of that minor league team. Okay, that's the worst thing in actual objectivity, right? That he's not getting a chance now. This guy who's hitting 260 in the minors and who hit 240 last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, I'm like, you know what? Then that guy should do better. If he can't beat out Tim Tebow, if he can't beat out the second to worst guy on the team, okay, right, he needs to get better. He needs to hit 300, get his act going, or he is a no talent, get out of here, you're not made for the sport. At least Tim has been proven as an athlete, as a human being, that this is his passion and he wants to do whatever it takes. And if the team wants you as a marketing gimmick, I'm like, okay, so they make a little more money. Tim gets to play the sport that he wants, and some fans actually want to see him. So to me, the actual hate on it is kind of like, for what reason exactly? Who is getting hurt besides that one guy who couldn't pull it together in his athletic professional career? That, I mean, there are a bunch of tennis players and golfers out there who can't make the top 100, top 200 by one spot, right? Well, you better get out there and practice 80 hours a week. Then. You know,
right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Saying
From a business,
because this douchebag, I can't get my spot 190.
Right. From a business point of view, business point of view, you're absolutely right. That's why the Mets signed him.
For me, it's about like the passion of the guy's love for the sport. He's not doing this for himself as a gimmick. He really loves playing sports. He wants.
No, that's where I think you're wrong.
You don't think he's playing sports?
I don't think so. I think he's a gimmick.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
It's for his. How do I know that? Just by looking at him. Okay, look. Okay, here. Wait. Okay, wait. Hold on. I brought up. No.
Come on.
Hold on. If he had so much passion, and I got to stay in the NFL, when he was cut by the Patriots, right? And the NFL said, "Listen, you're not a quarterback. If you want to stay in the league, you have to be a tight end." At that point, what did he do? I'm out of here. I'm going to go work for ESPN, right? Like I said, he could have said, you know what? Okay, maybe I'm not a quarterback, but you know what? I love this game so much, and I want to play in the NFL so much, I'm going to be a tight end. Or, like I said,
offered the tight end position right then? Was that made public that he was offered the tight end position on the Patriots?
Well, he definitely couldn't make a quarterback. He definitely wasn't going to be a quarterback.
He offered the tight end position.
I don't know if it was tight end, but he was offered a different position to play a different position. So I'm assuming it's tight end. What else could it be? Maybe a linebacker?
Well, I mean, I'm
really not sure but here, he could have went to the CFL. If he really had a passion for football, he could have went to the CFL, and he probably would have did great up there because it's a more wide open field, right? It's a more wide open game. So he probably would have did well. And that's why Flutie did well. That's why a lot of guys go up there and play really well. But he didn't do that. He goes to ESPN. Now, here's the other thing. Okay, he has a passion now for playing baseball, right? So he tries out for the Mets, and the Mets say, oh, hey, why not? Like you said, sell some jerseys, put some butts in the seats in AA. That's great. Smart move. Business-wise, very smart move. But here's where the passion part, I don't agree with what I'm saying with you. The passion part with the baseball now, right? He's playing baseball, but he goes, you know what? I need weekends off because I still have to work for ESPN. Now, if you're very passionate about something, I think he would have stayed with baseball and really be passionate about it and stuck with it every single game and really tried. But I think he's just a gimmick. He's just like a reality show.
Well, the thing is, though, you can't say that with not knowing all the information, because it could have been in baseball. It could have been a situation where he gave it his best shot at the time.
Right.
And then some coaches, some advisors could have come and say, hey, you got to do these kind of things to get better. But if you can't do this, you can't stay. That kind of, and you don't know what it could be. It could be something that was either physically or mentally or time-wise impossible for him to do.
Right.
So we can't make that assumption about his passion and his schedule because we don't know what happened behind the scenes. We don't know why he exactly did it. So I'm saying for every negative you're going to say about him, I can say a positive about him. You know?
You're right. No, I'm to a certain extent I do, but the part where it's passionate and everything, that kind of, I don't know, that there's a gray, the line's a little grayed there. It's a little bit shady because I just see what he's done, and this is just another part of it, And here's the thing, and I think I told Dandor, I think I told Sharman the other day, he's got a shot at making the team because they're not very strong at tight end. The Jaguars. If you look at their tight ends, you probably couldn't name one of them. Even if you're looking at the names, you'd probably be like, who are these guys? So he's got a shot at making the team. So
for all of you guys, right, I have a question. Okay, let's say that he tries out and he does well. Let's just say he does.
Okay.
And he ends up playing almost every game, at least a few snaps a game or whatever, and he does his job. He doesn't follow him. Would you say that was also a marketing gimmick?
I think in the beginning it was. I think it's a part of it is a marketing gimmick, but if he turns out to be good, like you're saying, then it's more than a marketing gimmick, no doubt.
It's kind of like
Absolutely.
To point it now, it kind of looks like to me per se, it's kind of like he's doing his thing because he wants to be Meebo. This is me. I'm coming back. If he comes in, if he comes in and he actually starts and stuff this, and basically, like my bust pick of Trevor Lawrence, I'll shut up and I will say, "Oh, great job, Tebow." Golf clap. There you go. Here's your career as a tight end. But until then, he proves to me that I'm just gonna say he's being Meebo. So
to me, I just think it's a favor that Urban Meyer's doing. That's how I see it. Meebo. I just don't get it at this point. You're 33 years old. Like you said, Chris, you had this comfy job at ESPN, doing a very good job there. And it just seems all too weird how all of a sudden Urban Meyer's coaching and all of a sudden he wants to play football again. It's just something that took me off guard there, and he does have a good chance at making tight end. I'm not gonna lie, but it just seems like everything they're doing in Jacksonville. I don't know if this is Urban Meyer's tactic to take the attention away from Trevor Lawrence to get some sort of publicity there, because if Tim Tebow makes the roster there, all the media coverage is going to be mostly on him and less away from Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know if that's Urban Meyer's plan or this is him being like, hey buddy, we need a tight end. We played together in college. Are you down for it? I don't know how that conversation went, or if Tim Tebow was the one that said, "Hey, I'm available."
Supposedly he reached out to Urban Meyer. Supposedly he reached out to him and said, "Can I come in and try out?" Supposedly, that's what I heard.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Player coach.
Right. All right. So now we've been fighting over this. And we're gonna keep it for now. We'll see how Tim Tebow does. But we're gonna transition to our next segment, and it's one of our unique segments of the show. And it's take it away, Christa. It's your ranting of the hour.
All right. So first off, I just want to say, if your name is Lisa Wilson, please click out of this segment because you've been saying not to be a dick today. I'm gonna be a dick today because I have the right to, and I'm a New Jersey, New Yorker. I hope that you don't watch this segment because I don't think you're gonna like me if you ever watch this segment. But anyway, my beef today is with the NFL fucking schedule. Now I know I talked about it in the beginning. Now let me tell you why I have the beef with the NFL schedule. Because there's two things that I asked for the NFL people not to do, and they do it. One, I said, can you please not put the Jets at Buffalo as the last game? Because bad things happen in Buffalo. I don't know why. I don't know if they're trolling me at this point. I mean, I love buffalo wings, but I do not love buffalo wings. When Ryan Fitzpatrick that time crapped his pants in Buffalo and ruined our playoffs. I was not happy. Did not want to look at Buffalo wings for a good year after that because Ryan Fitzpatrick ruined fucking Buffalo wings for me because he
Whoa.
cannot win the game.
Whoa.
So anyway, sorry. But
Christa cutting the hair, and now she's like cutting loose tonight.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
but anyway,
I guess Buffalo Wild Wings are not going to endorse us anymore.
Oh,
anytime soon.
man.
There goes that sponsorship. Thanks, Christa.
Anyway, my second gripe with the NFL schedule maker is that whoever's there, I think they really wanted to troll me personally. I know the NFL schedule normally doesn't affect anyone, but you know what? It really affects me. Simply because they put the one team on my birthday. You know what? They had 17 other teams on the schedule to put on my birthday. You know what? The NFL schedule makers must have been looking at me and must have said, you know what? We want to make Krista's life hell. You know what? The Jets have never beat the Eagles. And you know what would be great? To put it on her birthday on December 5th because you know what? The Jets never beat the Eagles. So they did a total troll job of this NFL schedule. And I simply think they are there to haunt me. And they put the Eagles versus the Jets on December 5th. I mean, I wouldn't care if we played against the Saints. I wouldn't care if we played against the Bills, Miami, because there's no history of that we have never won against this team. But no, they want to be trolls and put the Eagle. So either way, the Jets can make history either way on my birthday. So I'm very frustrated about that. And I'm probably not going to enjoy Buffalo wings, whether the Buffalo Bills are putting their backups, because nothing good happens when we go to Buffalo. I don't know why, but that is my gripe. Lisa Wilson, I really hope you did not watch this segment. You privated your account, so I don't know what you were preaching today. I did not miss your "Do Not Be a Dick" segment. I watched that thoroughly. It's been circling around Twitter. I am nice to my grocery workers, my construction workers, the people down under me. I'm always nice. But when I come on this show, I have a segment, and this is my outlet to let all my beef out. And I have to be a dick about the NFL schedule makers. I know that sounds bizarre, but they totally trolled me, and I got to dish it out.
Wonderful.
Good
Wonderful.
job.
Guys, when you share this, you got to make sure you tag Lisa in every single share.
Yeah.
NFL, thank you for ruining a whole food group for Krista. Thank you. Great job.
That's it.
No, by the way, Krista, one more thing.
Yeah.
How messed up was it for the schedule makers to put your present boyfriend versus your ex-boyfriend?
Actually, that's the least of my concerns when they
really?
They ruined Buffalo wings and they ruined my birthday. I mean, the most entertaining thing they can do at this point is put
Wait,
my
if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Zach is her boyfriend. Actually,
No.
The other guy. There's another guy.
Oh, the guy who shows insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I bought his insurance. That's
sure
the reason why
you did.
that's the reason why I
You probably called up. Do I get
insurance.
to make your discount?
I didn't go that way, but that's the heavily influenced my decision on my car insurance. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? Zach is a typical gunslinger. You should love this. He should be.
I do, but I don't think his mom's gonna like me. I can't go with a dick. You heard her rant not to be a dick. We're not gonna get along. We're not gonna get along. We're not gonna get along here. We talked about this earlier on. Me and Chris talked about this earlier on, and I'm like, you know what, Zach Wilson's mom, and we joke about him being my boyfriend. I don't think she's gonna like me very much because I'm very out there on the stream, and she ever comes across like, who's this foul mouthed girl?
She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
I see like a Twitter or an Instagram feud coming very soon between Christa and Zach's mom.
Oh man,
That's right.
oh man.
One wonderful segment, Krista, this week. Hope to see the next week's segment as well. This is our new kind of add on to the show. Is we want to talk about food aspect. So yeah,
Buffalo wings.
I know. I mentioned in the comments that I was gonna eat a piece of pie today, but due to the COVID vaccine, I'm not really feeling well at the point.
Oh.
So we would be delaying. Yes,
Suck it up. Come on.
I'm not feeling well.
I'm not feeling well, so I
Come
don't.
What
on.
about buffalo wings? What about buffalo wings?
Yeah, those are good.
They are.
I will. I will eat buffalo wings when we play Buffalo, and I will gnaw on them. But anyway, so to open up our food segment, I would like for us to talk about our favorite tailgate food. Now, let's start with JD this time. What's some of the stuff that you've seen or what you've enjoyed as because you're in Florida now, you're not up here. It's warmer weather down there. So what's the food like down in Florida?
Well, honestly, it's not that different. I mean, yeah, it's warmer down here. It's warm all year round. That doesn't really change the food, you know. I mean, people do the typical burgers and dogs and stuff like that. But my favorite would be like a good shish kebab, with good high quality meat with a little veggies in between because I'm kind of like on a healthy kind of diet. So if there's meat, there's got to be some veggies. So nice
Awesome.
couple of meat. You grill that over with some onions and peppers, and maybe a tomato or something else, maybe mushrooms, whatever. And it's easy to eat on a stick. That'd be my favorite, honestly. That you don't even touch the food.
Cool. Our Miss Ranter over there, Krista. How about you?
I'm a pretty simple person. I do like buffalo wings, but again, could not eat them after Ryan Fitzpatrick crapped his pants and ruined my dreams again to the playoffs. But when I'm not eating buffalo wings and when I'm not ranting about them, I'm a pretty simple girl. I really like hamburgers. I'm a big hamburger girl. I like steak. That's pretty much what I gravitate towards when I'm tailgating. It's simple. I just put it in the grill, flip it, and I'm done. I have no diet when it comes to tailgating. So
What topping do you put on your burger?
what topping do I put on my food? I put I put lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mustard. I like all the sauces.
All right.
She wants the complete package, I guess. What they call it.
Oh, man.
Chris, how about you?
Burgers are good too. I love burgers. The simple, like Kristen. I'm simple. Burgers, a good dog. I like. What's another good one too? Sausage, peppers, and onions. Nice.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that too. Some people get crazy. Have you been to any games down in Florida, JD, or no?
Yeah, I think I went to a Miami game like a couple of years ago.
How is it down there? The tailgating.
It's pretty similar. I mean, again, it's not much difference. I mean, because of the weather, it may seem different, but
right,
we just wear less clothes.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of New York fans down there, right?
Yeah. A lot of this is from Florida. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Panda,
Well,
you didn't
How about yours?
Yeah, mine is everyone talks about burgers and dogs and stuff like that. But my one tailgate food that I need to have
hummus.
is
Hummus.
no, actually, funny, close to it. I like a nice big bowl of chili.
Okay.
So
because
like, yeah, because like me and my friends when we go to games, we usually pick the November, December games usually, and it's always freezing when I go. So we kind of like have all the burgers and dogs grilled in one area, and then whatever's left over, we just chuck it and we start boiling up the chili. Yeah. And then from that we add the onions and all the sauce, right? And then after that, when we come back from the game, we just eat chili dogs, and then that's how we end the day, and a lot of beer. But chili. To me, chili is such a like memory food, like a childhood favorite food in tailgates. So that's my number one food.
See, I love chili. I'll be honest. I love eating chili. But I don't know if I would eat it before a game or after a game just because of what chili could do. You know what I'm saying?
To your innards.
Right. Like I don't know. Because think about it, if you eat it before the game, you know that you might get effects during the game. So I wouldn't want to do that. And then the ride home is usually not that quick of a ride home. So,
Well,
but-
one thing that I know about Chile. Chile is more explosive than Gase's offense. That's for sure.
Oh my god. Oh man. Oh god.
Chili is more
Oh.
explosive than Gase's offense. Very good.
Oh man.
He's not lying.
No.
After last year, and actually for the last 2 years, not lying. Not lying at all.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's try to close up with our final thoughts. Anything happening with this week in Jetland, and this is our final thoughts. So, Chris, start this segment off. What are some of your final thoughts this week about Jets and Jets fandom and whatnot?
Oh, me? I think you said Christa.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like I said, with the getting back to the schedule a little bit, I liked it. Yeah, there's some winnable games there. I'm not expecting playoffs or just missing the playoffs like some people, but it doesn't look bad. And the one thing I do love about it is that we're getting the Carolina game out first. First week, get it out of the way. I don't care what happens, but boom, we don't have to like if it was week 8 or week 9, I think we'd be hearing about it every single week. Like, we got the upcoming game in October, and we'd be hearing about it for long. So we're going to hear about it from now until week 1, but at least, you know what, get it out of the way, boom. And then I love the London game, and then you got the bye week right after it. So we won't have any kind of effects, I think, from that. So, but I can't wait for it to start because I got a lot of optimism coming into this year, no matter what, even if I know we're not going to win 9 or 10 games, but I'll be happy 5 or 6, but as long as we look good.
JD?
Yeah, as far as the schedule goes, I don't really look at the schedule that much, honestly. I really think that's one of the last things I'll be looking forward to a season. I mean, you got the Bears and the Bengals in the top 6 toughest schedule. I mean, how did they feel? Seriously. And the Cowboys with the 31st toughest schedule. I mean, whatever. Seriously.
Right.
And for me, I'm just looking forward to these games because, Zach Wilson, I'm really looking forward to. That's the guy I kind of wanted when I looked through all the tapes. Justin Fields was exciting. Trevor's obviously a very good player.
A bust.
Something like that.
A bust.
I mean, he has a great arm. He has great composure. He always looks like he knows what he's doing. He has a great look for New York. The fans going to eat him up, even if he just does okay in the beginning. And there's been a experiment, a proof that like Air Force pilots and all these successful people, they've been nurtured since they were young, meaning that like these people will look like that. I mean, they've been nurtured in a way where they're like meant for success. So these people have a little more leeway in their success than others. It's just how it is, how society is. You know what I mean? He has that smile, and everybody's gonna gravitate toward him. It's just that's what's gonna happen. So even if he does a little badly in the beginning, people are gonna still support him, and they're gonna try to build him up, and that's gonna be tremendous in a city like New York for a team and fans not to tear you down right away and be like, you suck and all that. I think that he has to really drop the ball game after game after year for the fans to be like, oh, this guy sucks. So as long as he keeps his positive attitude and a good smile and just like, says all the right things, I hope he gets good coaching for that. I am so looking forward to what he does in the field. Like, I can't wait for his games, honestly.
I hate Buffalo Wings miss.
Anyway, besides my rant about Buffalo Wings, I do love Buffalo Wings. I do love them again because that was in the past. So Buffalo Wild Wings, don't cancel the subscription, the sponsorship in the future. I would love to have them sent here, especially when we play against Buffalo. But anyway, I just want to say the guy that should not be named, the reason why I cannot drink the Kool-Aid, because my Kool-Aid is all emptied out thanks to the guy who should not be named. Took all the Kool-Aid and threw it in the ground, smashed it. But you know what? That doesn't mean I'm not optimistic about this Jet team moving forward. I think we have a competent head coach, a competent GM. For once, everyone's on the same page. We don't have this guy wanted that guy or McCagan locked his scouts out because he wanted some other guy and the scouts didn't agree on. Everyone's finally on the same page. Woody Johnson finally stepped back, and I think that was the best move for the team, honestly, because everyone's finally on the same page. We're rebuilding the right way. I talk about this ad nauseum. I know Jets fans hate the term rebuild, but the Jets are finally rebuilding the right way. They're not retooling. They're not restructuring. They're doing it the right way, and there's nothing wrong about being optimistic about the Jets. But for me, I think it's just to be cautiously optimistic. Just be excited, like be happy, just be competitive. And there's nothing wrong about being cautiously optimistic as the season goes on. But yeah, there's so much positivity. So much. I'm like looking forward to the season. Can't wait for the first game, especially Sam Darnold against Zach Wilson. I'm really excited for that game.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Well, here are my final thoughts for sure. After doing this show, this is our 5th show. Thank you for people who not watched during live stream, but also after. We do get views after we broadcast, which is pretty good. With the amount of number of times we mentioned buffalo wings, Frank's Hot Sauce, please give us a sponsor if you like.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
And also to the point of everybody saying, "Oh, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid of the Jets being optimistic and all that stuff." Nah, I ain't drinking Kool-Aid. I leveled up. I'm drinking Sunny D. You should be sunny like me. So,
Okay.
and one thing's for sure. Since we were talking in the vaccine, if you are getting vaccine, you know, the stores do, whether you're taking the vaccine or not taking it, that's your own decision. But stay safe out there, and we'll catch everybody next week on more thoughts and another Christa rant. Have a nice week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.